All right, everybody, welcome to Rogues Gallery Live. This is episode number 29. Our topics tonight is Death of DC Comics, the Batman movie chat, and we also are going to talk about a bunch of reveals, but also including the Prime 1 reveals from this past weekend. I'm really glad to be back with you. Let's do some introductions, and then we have some breaking news also that I'm really excited to share with you guys. So anyway, first up, we have with us, as always, Mr. Dan Dufault is with us tonight.
Hey, guys. Hey, everybody.
How's it going, sir?
Awesome. Glad to be here.
Good. We also have the other Jeff. Jeff Delaney is here, but right now he's the only Jeff. So welcome, Jeff. How's it going? From Secret Sanctuary.
Doing really well. Nice to be back.
Glad to have you here. And then, of course, Mac Mizzle. Right there. I like that. That's awesome. From Mac Mizzle. Mr. Mac Mizzle is with us tonight.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's week's been
all
great.
Right. Doing all right. Well, I'm just telling the guys, I have to apologize. I have a cold. Max said he has a cold. I know it's kind of going around and sweeping the nation. So unfortunately, I'm sorry I'm going to be coughing tonight off and on. But anyway, I'm really excited about the show. Sometimes we scramble for topic ideas, because we don't want to be too repetitive and, there's not always a lot of news. But this week there's been a ton of news, a ton of stories that I think will be interesting to talk about. So anyway, I'm really excited about that. Let's see here. So I'll give a shout out to the crowd here in just a second, but I wanted to start out with some kind of breaking news today. And I'm assuming you guys maybe saw it, but today, let me switch it over here. So the breaking news is Prime 1 Studio and the Sideshow relationship repaired. And what I mean by that is today, Sideshow started selling Prime 1 Studio items again. They listed the Pennywise bus. So they'd already been selling Pennywise, the half scale from Prime 1, but now they're selling the bus. They also did 4 different Jurassic Park figures, and then also one Guyver. Is that right? Guyver, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right, yeah.
So I thought that was very interesting because it's been, has it been over 6 months since, or has it been longer?
Oh, yeah.
Time. It's been some definite time.
It's been over that Prime 1 has not been sold through Sideshow Collectibles. Prime 1, of course, obviously wanted to go on their own. They didn't want to pay Sideshow a fee to sell their items. Sideshow, of course, gets a cut of those whenever they distribute other statues. And I've heard as high as 50%, just depends on what it is. So obviously Prime 1 was going to go on their own, and I know that they had been working on different warehouses, and that might still be the case, whether it's a European warehouse or whether it is a U.S. warehouse. But it's odd to me that suddenly they started selling those items, and it might be a lot of different reasons. Number one, it might be because of the really high shipping costs that we've talked about on this channel before. Also, it could be, the delays with the coronavirus. There's been a lot of delays with that. I did just receive my delay today on the Batman Who Laughs. It was delayed, and I think it was supposed to be out the next month or so here, but they delayed it to April to June, I believe. Dan, you're getting him from Prime 1 Direct, correct?
I am. Yep.
Have you heard any information about when you're going to get
it? As soon as I saw your notice today, I went right to my account and no difference. I mean, I don't have any kind of activity on it. Hasn't been charged. No shipping notification yet. Actually did see, and I can't remember which group today, I did see someone had in-hand picks.
I saw that too.
But no, I've seen no activity either way.
It's weird because I don't know how that works. Like, I don't know if they ship a bunch out to the Chinese collectors and then they get theirs first. They're obviously closer. But since then, other than the one today, I hadn't seen anything.
Yeah, me too.
For about a month or maybe longer about that particular piece. So there might be a lot of reasons why Prime 1 is suddenly being sold on Sideshow again. I did reach out to Prime 1 today. I emailed John Pham or messaged him, and I haven't heard back yet. But I did talk to some people that are admins in the Prime 1 group, and they were told there's some gray area there, but they were told that there will be items on Sideshow from time to time. There might not be any rhyme or reason to that, but it is what it is. I guess if Prime One wants to sell their own items on certain items themselves, that's fine. But I know that a lot of collectors are very excited because Sideshow, whenever they use Sideshow, even people overseas, they are able to get them a lot cheaper shipped than going directly through Prime One. I have seen posts recently. Hold on just a second. I think we're getting Jeff in here. Hey, Jeff, can you hear us?
There he is.
Can you hear us, Jeff? We can see him. Well, hopefully he can adjust that. But anyway, let's see, what was I saying?
I wonder if it's particular licenses that are being listed.
And that's very possible. I did ask if they think that DC would be included in the Sideshow list. And they do feel like they will be because they have such a, I mean, they specifically said DC is half of Prime One, that's, and I think even maybe a little bit more than that. So I think it'd be foolish for them not to sell DC. The United States is such a massive market for those pieces. So I think that it would be very within their interest anyway to sell through Sideshow. But I know a lot of collectors are very excited about it, and I'm very excited because shipping has gotten to be crazy. We've talked about that before. I have seen quotes in the last week for certain Prime One items. I saw a quote of $800.
Wow.
And I saw somebody quoted $1,300.
Wow.
For shipping.
Wow.
That's crazy.
So anyway, what do you guys think about that news? Anyway, what do you guys think about that news?
As a avid Prime One collector myself, I think it's pretty good news. I think depending on the piece, I think that it would be nice to, I guess, there are larger pieces that are going to be costing a lot more shipping charges directly from Prime One to US people or to collectors would be a nice kind of deal to get those, pieces at a discounted shipping rate. But yeah, I think that was news to me. I didn't even know about that until just now. So
I'm glad to share it with you. I could not believe it today. I thought that was pretty shocking, but
yeah. And it's also a bad thing because if they start selling, then I have to start pre-ordering stuff again.
Yeah.
So like that's the other upside is that now that stuff is back, it's easier to to kind of bite that pre-order bullet.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
But at the same time, you have to wonder that hearing these giant amounts for shipping from Prime One Direct.
Yeah, it's insane.
Obviously people are not buying. There's a market that is, but there's probably a larger market that isn't because they're turned off by that cost. Mm-hmm. So I would think that, even if Sideshow, let's say they get a 50% cut, at least Prime One's still making something instead of nothing.
Right.
Yeah, they might have taken a big hit by stopping the distribution through Sideshow, and maybe they're coming to their senses and trying to fix that relationship.
Yeah. Well,
it's good news for me. I mean, I'm only 70 miles from Sideshow, so it helps me tremendously if I'm going to order something from Prime One.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder if they, bit off more than they could chew at the beginning because, maybe they needed to have their factories in place or their distribution in place here before they split.
Right.
And
like you said previously, at pretty much the same time, they decided not to exhibit it as many shows.
That's right.
So they really kind of insulated themselves to a store, which seems like a very small scope to me for a worldwide company.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Real quick, I want to welcome PJ from the Paradox Nerd is here. Hey, PJ.
Hey, guys. Sorry I'm late.
Hey, PJ.
Yeah, I'm just trying to rush home.
No problem. Glad you made it.
Hey, what's going on, guys? What's up, panel? Chris, Jeff, Dan, Mac.
Hey, PJ.
Jeff again. Two Jeffs.
We also have Jeff Morris. Jeff, can you hear us now?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, welcome. Jeff Morris is back with us as well this week. You guys, we were just talking about the breaking news about the Prime One has started selling, or a Sideshow has started selling Prime One items again on their website today. PJ, have you seen that news today?
No, what was the news again? I'm sorry. Was it just announced?
Well, it wasn't announced. The new item section, they put out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They put out 9 Prime 1 items today on their website.
Oh wow.
They were Jurassic Park items, they were Guyver, and they were the Pennywise It Bus.
Oh wow, that's crazy. Wow, they just okay.
I don't know.
They're really stepping up their game because compared to last year, they really didn't have much releases, right?
Well, it's been almost. I mean, we said over 6 months since they've sold a Prime 1 item because Prime 1 and Sideshow split.
Yeah.
And so this is kind of big news because maybe they've repaired the relationship. I was telling them I've reached out to Prime 1 to see if they can give us some clarity. But from what we've heard is from time to time, they will be releasing certain items on Sideshow. So,
but not everything, not really, not really dedicating their efforts to getting their stuff sold on Sideshow.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh, that's awesome.
We said that there could be lots of reasons because of shipping costs and the coronavirus and everything else. You know, it's impacting shipping across the board. But
yeah, it's crazy because it's very curious to see what's going to happen in the next 5-6 months in terms of products being sent out. It looks like we're going to have like a little pause in our collecting habits for a little bit till everything kind of ramps back up again. So
yeah, lots of delays.
PJ, you're kind of into the hot toys piece. The one,
yeah.
Are you seeing it affecting hot toys coming?
Oh
in?
yeah, it's a big drastic effect on it. Like usually around after Chinese New Year, they start like releasing a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
They haven't really released anything. They're delaying products as we speak. And on top of that, they haven't been really announcing new products.
Really?
So they've just been kind of like on pause for now. From what I heard that in terms of the factories, like there's probably about 40% of the workers are starting to slowly head back to the factories to start working. But it's not like, you know.
And I feel for them. Like, is it really appropriate for them to be going back to work? I don't know.
I feel for us. Supposedly, it's like heading over here. So, right now, it's like it's a scary situation. Not only with just collecting, but just overall in terms of health.
Yeah,
so,
the president just went on TV tonight say we're all safe. I'm not quite buying it.
Well, I'm still washing my feet regardless.
Yeah. Regardless, wash your hands, people. Wash your hands.
Yeah. The key is to put Purell on your toes before you go to sleep.
Right on your tongues. Paintbrush it on your tongue.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that's pretty great.
Can I say something real quick? It's
absolutely.
such a pleasure to be in the same panel as Jeff. Secret Sanctuary. I got to meet Jeff in WonderCon. Like, was it 3 years ago now?
Probably 2 years.
2 years? Yeah, it was a pleasure meeting you at WonderCon. So hopefully I get to see. You know, I met Mac. It was awesome. Hopefully I get to meet Jeff. Well, I met Dan, Jeff, and Chris. Are the only ones I haven't got.
We almost did in New York. Almost.
Yes.
That's right.
Stay longer.
I know. We tried to make it work, but hey, big city.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
I want to give a shout out real quick to everybody in the chat. We have Greg F is here. B. Alex Thompson. Stephen Lillywhite says, first time watching this live. Looking forward to it. Hey, Stephen, welcome to the show. Elemento Popsicle. Eric with us as always. Hey, I know that guy. Edwin Diaz. Jesse Hernandez. B-Dub3. Let's see if I'm missing anybody here. Andy Contreras. Scroll down, make sure I'm not missing anybody. So thank you guys for being here. I wanted to try out a kind of a new time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, just to see if it worked out better for everybody or not. We'll kind of wait and see if this is going to be an ongoing thing or if we'll move it back to the regular time. We'll just kind of see how what you guys think. I might do a poll again just to see kind of what you guys thought. Leave messages in the chat over here too if you guys like this time frame. If you like going a little bit earlier. Arkham Gaming also has joined us. All right. So anyway, I think our first topic. Let me turn that off there. Here. Here we go. Oh, maybe. All right, there we go. Yeah, it's still not working. Not sure why that's not going. Sorry, guys.
But you know who hasn't ramped down their shipping is Prime One. I noticed that they're just releasing products left and right in the past couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, I would say so too. I'm staring at these boxes over here, thinking about that virus though.
It's going with gloves like this.
Purell on the feet. I'm telling you,
I'm
be
thinking
safe,
just gonna go
especially in
ahead
the
and
toes.
I'm gonna spray him down with some Lysol.
Oh, while we have this pause, Mac, tell us what you are going to be filming for us here soon.
Oh, so right now I'm in the current process of shooting the unboxing review for the Nightfall Batman.
Oh, nice pickup,
cool.
man!
Yeah.
Can't wait for the video, man.
Yeah, man. It's yeah, I'll have it up probably maybe tomorrow or Friday.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, but I got the boxes. I'm just staring at it. It looks so cool from the box.
How many boxes?
It's two.
Two? Okay.
Show us the boxes. There we go.
Congrats, man. That's a beautiful piece. Oh my goodness! Wow. Wow.
Colors are really great.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So awesome. Well, okay, now I got the thing working here. So let's talk a little bit about the main topic for tonight, or a couple of topics. But there made a lot of news this week as the co-publisher of DC Comics, Dan DiDio, was either fired or abruptly left DC Comics. And that stirred a lot of like, okay, what's going on? You know, what's going to happen to DC now? Jim Lee is now the sole publisher of DC Comics. And then that also then brought up a lot of rumors and speculation. And again, I don't know if this will be true or not, but somebody posted that possibly if 5G does not work out, then they will close DC Comics. I wasn't sure exactly what 5G was. I actually thought it was like internet speed, you know, at first. And so I'm like, okay, what does that have to do with comics? But I looked into it, and 5G is basically, for those of you that might not know, is 5th generation. It's the 5th generation. They were going to basically reboot DC again.
Oh my gosh. Again?
But kind of go in a different direction. They were going to make it so Lucius Fox, his son, Luke, would be the new Batman. And so they would go that route. They would also, I think Superman's son would be Superman, just changing up a lot of the characters completely. And so some people think that will be cool. Some people think that would be a disaster for DC. I think Marvel tried something similar not too long ago, and it failed. But it's really interesting, the thought of, okay, what happens if that really does come true? What happens if DC Comics, is no longer printing comic books? They would still have the rights, of course, to movies and television and whatever else they wanted to do. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Could you imagine if that actually happened, if DC did close its doors?
That would be crazy. That'd absolutely be nuts.
I don't think it would happen.
Myself. Yeah. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think. Do you think that, like, remember how, like, back in the day, like, remember when Hostess almost went out of business and, like, the government helped them out? I think that'd be, like a bailout. I think that
how big is the Twinkie?
Yeah, like how big is how big is, I think that would be something. I mean, DC's been around for a really long time, and it's too like, you could say it's like an American icon,
Yeah,
it is.
I think the real question is, will DC continue to publish monthlies? I could envision them becoming just another publisher that puts out graphic novels, completed stories, just because distribution for monthlies is very limited, and distribution for graphic novels is not. You walk into Barnes & Noble and there's rows and rows of manga and graphic novels, and they seem to do well, or they wouldn't keep them there. So, but I think that's the thing. Are they going to keep doing the monthlies or not?
Well, I think that's a great thought right there. I hadn't even thought of that. Do any of you collect individual issues?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Not anymore. I mean,
I don't either.
I mean, I'll pick up the Black Label stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think the art,
yeah, as well.
Yeah. Mac recommended Harleen, so there's a comic book store near me that has like all the issues. So I'm about to go there and pick all those issues up. Even though I could get the is it the omnibus that's out, or was it
hardcover?
Hardcover, the hardcover is out.
I just got mine in too. I haven't had a chance to open it yet.
Yeah,
but I'm somebody like that too. Like I collect the hardcovers, I collect the omnibus or the absolutes. But I've almost since I was an adult, that's all I've collected. I've only collected graphic novels, or higher. I mean, I've never done individual issues unless there's something that there's like a big event and I just want to know what happened. Sometimes I will have done that before, but I don't know. I don't know if there's a ton of collectors that are still collecting individual issues, and how much money does DC make?
I still collect some issues. I've slowed down a lot, but I still go to my local LCS and try to support them and pick up some things because I really like to go out and support those stores. But PJ, it'd be cheaper for you to go and get that hardcover than it would be for you to buy all 3 issues.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because I think you can get that whole thing for $20, and I think they're like $7 or $8 an issue.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
So plus, you brought up. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was going to say. Plus, the format I think just looks better on the hardcover. I think just having it all in just one, and the hardcover is really nice, man.
Yeah,
that's true.
So let me go back to what you said about supporting them, the local comic book stores. Do you feel like if they did get rid of the individual issues, that would put people out of business?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it would.
Yeah.
I think comic shops would evolve. The successful comic shops today are not just selling monthly comics. They're selling a lot of stuff.
Funko Pops, everything else,
Yeah, so they would just continue to evolve. A good friend of mine owns several stores in the Houston area, and he's really expanded his inventory to other pop culture stuff, and he's doing really, really well.
Yeah.
So I think this would just be a further evolution of that. I started buying monthly comics when I was 5 years old, buying Archie and Richie Rich at 7-Eleven off a spinner rack. Up until when I was in my 40s, I was still devoting every Wednesday afternoon to driving to a comic shop up by Disneyland. And that was my favorite day of the week, going to pick up the new comics. It was an absolute blast. And then it got to the point where comics changed. You went from like maybe the George Perez Teen Titans that would take you a half an hour to read to comics were suddenly about the length of a trip to the bathroom. I mean, really, you could read a comic in 5 minutes, and they were $3 or $4 a piece. And I decided at that point I was just going to buy graphic novels.
Yeah, this is interesting. Edwin says Jim Lee prefers digital comics.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's in charge.
I still do monthlies. I mean, I kind of like brought down my pull list to maybe like a few titles now, but it's mostly Star Wars and DC, and with the Marvel stuff, I'm just sticking to X-Men. But it's really nice though, like when you go to your comic books, like what Jeff was saying earlier, is that like it's nice to drive down, go to your local comic book store, browse around and take a look at like potential titles you might pick up and stuff. It's definitely a unique experience, especially it's something to look forward to every Wednesday. But it could get pretty hard to get down to your local comic book store, especially as you get older. Life gets in the way.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of getting older, Norman Rich says, do you think the comic book readership is aging too much to keep it viable as a business over the long term?
Yes, I think that's the thing. I don't think a lot of young people are reading comic books anymore because they don't have access to them. Like we were talking about when I was a kid, and went to the grocery store with my parents, there were 3 of those spinner racks at the grocery store.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
Now you have to get kids that have to, get their parents to take them to a comic book store if they have a comic book store close enough to go to.
Yeah. I agree.
Unless they're reading digital comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they're on Comixology or have a Marvel subscription or something.
My town is a town of 50,000 people, and there's not one place to buy a comic book.
Oh, wow.
Wow, is that right? Wow.
No. I mean, like Jeff said, when I was a kid, I went to my local grocery store, Dillon's, and they had the spinner rack, and that's every week I got a comic book, or maybe 3. I got usually Batman, Spider-Man, and Superman.
In my neck of the woods, it was we called them variety stores, little corner kind of variety stores where mom would send you for milk or whatever. I mean, I lived in a little farm town, less than 10,000 people in New Hampshire, and there was at least 3 or 4 places in town, plus the regular grocery store that would sell comic books.
Yeah.
Spin a rack full of them.
I mean, look at anything, Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Grocery stores. They were probably 8 or 10 places, and I lived in a really small town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andy brings up a great point. Let's appreciate them trying, though. Walmart has been selling jumbo DC comic series and 3-packs, sometimes at the big Walmarts, and they've been selling good, but not enough variety. And I will tag on that. Like, I've heard those have really done really well.
Yeah.
Getting those books back out.
If you can catch them, I've seen one person. They put out the whole. It's like a cardboard display thing. One guy rolled up a buggy, emptied the entire cardboard thing into a buggy, and rolled out with all of them. So, what? I guess it was on eBay or whatever.
It must be.
Yeah.
So, that didn't really help kids.
Well, and I'm somebody. Dylan Hicks says I will always prefer physical comics. Reading something on my phone is not the same.
Yeah, I agree.
That's true.
I agree with that.
I do agree with that.
I agree.
Yeah.
I
agree with that. Yeah, I tried reading a digital comic on my phone, and I was just like, I can't do this.
It's a pain.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to do it on the iPad. It was cool. It was better on the iPad, but I prefer the physical aspect of holding a comic. I
mean, it's great if you want to know what happens really quickly. Like, that's great, but you don't get to own the art.
Right.
If you buy a book, you get to own the art.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Which I like. The other side of that rumor, they took it one step further, and let's say that they got rid of DC Comics or said they were going to close the doors. The other rumor was, what if Marvel bought DC?
I want to say something about that.
Let's hear it.
I think that's just complete crap. Pardon my French. But that was reported by a very unreliable source, and I hate to even give them the time of day. It's ridiculous to imagine that at&t is going to sell off the DC characters to Marvel. They may stop publishing comics, but they're not going to sell those characters off. There's just absolutely no way.
Yeah.
To me, that was a clickbait article,
Yeah.
and we shouldn't give them the respect of promoting that stupid idea.
Well, I mean, at&t has to make a ton of money on those characters. I mean,
Absolutely.
regardless of whether they're selling printed items,
Right.
but just merchandise alone. I mean, like, I've got this Batman right here. Like, they're not going to give up on selling this thing.
Right.
It's just not going to happen. And I agree with you 100%. But it does bring up, if it ever would happen, it would be kind of neat to see these characters kind of together in some way if one company owned them both. But I agree with you. I don't think it's going to happen. You guys all agree on that?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be. I kind of like having the 2 separate sides. I think it'd be kind of sad. I think if that did happen, I think that the DC characters would. I don't know. I think that they would just like take a seat. I don't know.
It's just the quality of the. I don't know. It's just. I feel like the quality would just go down. Like,
absolutely. It's hard to think of. It's like they would intentionally maybe try to kill off the DC characters. I don't know.
Well, BW3 says, I would hate to see Marvel buy DC with that being a monopoly, and really it would be for the superhero game.
Yeah,
I agree
for sure.
yeah.
I like what Greg says here. If comics go away, more money for statues. That is true. Andy says, fake, unnecessary, and dumb. Even if they were bought, we don't need them crossing over. That's what sketching and cosplaying is to all these characters in the same universe, but that's my opinion, of course. So
I got to say, though, when I was a young teenager, and they did the Superman versus Spider-Man Treasury Edition, that was outrageously cool.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
are you surprised they don't do more crossover events like that to kind of boost sales?
Totally. Absolutely. I can't imagine what would be more popular.
Yep.
I mean, somebody made that possible before. I don't know why they can't do it now.
Right. Yeah.
But it would be interesting to see. Again, I think that would, if they're worried about sales, that would certainly boost them.
Right.
But, maybe the people in charge, they just don't like the idea. So I don't know. I just want to give a shout out to Gabriel Gutierrez. He says, what up, guys? All right, well, let's move on to the second topic here.
You know what? Let me say one more thing on this topic.
Oh, go ahead. Absolutely.
So I work at a community college. I order the textbooks in for all the classes. And you'd be surprised how many DC comics or DC graphic novels are on the shelves being used in classes. Watchmen, Why the Last Man. There's some Marvel too. The Vision and Vision, 2 graphic novels about Vision. There are probably 10 graphic novels being taught at our college right now.
Wow.
Yeah, that's cool.
They're out there. They're not just in comic shops. They are out there.
So what is the goal of using those as source material? Like, what are they teaching?
It's English classes.
Okay.
Various English classes.
So I'm assuming the students buy into it well.
Yeah. And well, textbooks are really expensive these days.
Yeah.
And the graphic novels are very affordable. So, and yeah, they're probably more fun to read for someone who doesn't do a lot of reading. Or for those that do. I mean, Watchmen is very complex.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm sure that it's introducing another generation because, again, like Jeff said, if they're not available at the local places, they're not exposed to them. They might be exposed to the movie characters, maybe cartoons, but yeah, they're like, whoa, this is actually adult reading. This is really great. And it's, deep and dark.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I could see the Watchmen being taught in like a philosophy class or something, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's crazy.
And the teachers who assign them are the cooler teachers.
I know, I'm sure.
Yeah, I bet.
I bet. I wish we had those teachers when I went to college.
Yeah.
No kidding. That's
That's
what
I had to buy like my professor's stupid book, like he created or wrote himself, and he would charge like up the wazoo. And I'm like, what? $150 for this like really thin? It was not even a hardcover. It was just like all papers and stuff that he put together.
You never even used those.
Yeah, well, he made you buy them so that I don't know. It's just
Welcome to my world.
that's what I'm like. Oh my gosh, what a waste!
The world of education, I tell you.
Yeah.
Real quick, just gonna give a plug to you guys. Visit Secret Sanctuary on YouTube if you haven't done so.
Yeah.
Also visit Mac Collections on YouTube and Instagram. I forgot, Jeff, do you have a Instagram?
No.
Okay, but you do have Facebook.
Yes, sir.
You do start at Facebook, absolutely. And let's see, you also got PJ Paradox Nerd on YouTube and Instagram. Make sure you visit him as well.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
PJ, I love that. I love that cat once again. I'm staring at it.
Laser. Yeah. Sprinkles. Sprinkles protects me. So
Yeah, sprinkles.
Hey, PJ, while we're kind of at a stop point here, tell us a little bit about your podcast.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah. I started I've always been meaning to start a podcast. I've been listening to quite a bit of podcasts in the past couple of years, and I finally got off my butt and decided to start one. It's called Sithcast Podcast. It's basically a Star Wars podcast. I'm gonna sound like so, but yeah, it's a Star Wars podcast where we pretty much talk anything and everything Star Wars. So, it's I love Star Wars. Star Wars is like one of my number one IPs that I am passionate passionate about. So yeah, so it's a fun podcast. It's kind of like we just kind of talk Star Wars all day and collectibles too. So thanks for letting me plug in my podcast. It's a little small. Yeah.
Where were you find it at?
You could download on my podcast on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, pretty much like all like the major like podcast platforms. So, and I find it easier to kind of like do content there as opposed to making videos, because when you make videos, it's like, okay, you shoot the video, and then you're like, oh, okay, I gotta edit it, and that's like a different like job. Yeah. And then with the podcast, it's just like very minimal editing. You kind of just record and just put it up like, that same night.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Editing sucks.
Speaking as a loyal listener to PJ's podcast, I can tell you it's a blast.
Oh, thanks, Dan.
I mean,
I'll make sure I'll take you out to lunch when I see you.
I enjoy Star Wars a lot. I mean, it's not what I feature in my collection per se. I have some Star Wars items, but I can tell you the podcast is a blast. These guys are really passionate about it. It's awesome listening to their take on the collectibles and various discussions about the content and the direction of the IP itself. It's really well done, PJ.
Thanks, Dan. I really appreciate it. Also, a couple episodes ago, I really dedicated that episode to you. I didn't get a chance to.
My friend.
Well, I know you requested for us to talk about some retro, retro figure collecting. So I brought a couple people I knew that still collect those retro figures. So,
as a matter of fact, one of the guys. So I live here in New Hampshire, and one of the guys is from New Hampshire.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it was funny.
Awesome.
Well, the great thing about podcasts like yours is, put it in the car as you're driving to work or whatever, it's a great deal. So I tip my hat to you. I think it's awesome that you're doing that. So
yeah, thanks. And I try to for my podcast, I kind of make the one thing I try to achieve is that, it's one thing the thing I want to achieve is that, when you listen to it, it's like you are like next to us talking, listening to us talk about Star Wars and stuff like that. Yep. So hopefully I'm able to achieve it. There's I guess I don't have to explain it, but basically it's not really structured. So it's just kind of like we just talk.
It's just a bunch of friends talking.
That's it. Exactly.
Absolutely. That's what we try to do here too. Just talking about the things we love. And that's what's easier than that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. Okay, so the next topic that I wanted to talk about is actually I'm gonna read something to you guys because it was somebody posted it in my in the group about the reveal of the Robert Pattinson suit. You guys all saw that, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Okay, so I'm gonna read this. This is from Eric McKelvey, and he said, Chris, maybe you could show or do a live about the Robert Pattinson suit. Brother, speaking strictly for myself, I grow weary of all the bashing. It's super juvenile. People tearing him down when their own profile picture is a Dragon Ball Z character or something and no legitimate human picture of themselves. He goes on to say, what completely baffles me is why the hell not just wait until the thing comes out? The bitching is so petty and mind-boggling. Then if you have something legitimate to add to the contrary, of course, these juveniles just try to rip you too. I'm like, dude, that never happens in person in my physical presence. Anyway, just a thought. And he mentioned Dan and Jeff and some other people. He was curious as to what we would think. And so I thought that would be a good topic about this. So if you guys know, they are filming a Batman movie with Robert Pattinson, and they revealed kind of last weekend, kind of a quick teaser of his, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago. I can't remember. But they revealed kind of a quick teaser of kind of what he looks like. And then of course we have seen some on-set photos. Let me show you real quick here. So here are some of the pictures that we received. This is a stunt driver from the Batman film. And so some people really like it. Some people have, again, just trashed it beyond compare. But I was curious as to what your thoughts are about all of the kind of premature negativity. What do you guys think about it?
It's seriously ridiculous at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, just because first of all, that might not be his real suit. He's on a bike, and I know people were complaining about his helmet or his mask. He's on a bicycle. He's not gonna wear like a regular mask to go like 160 miles per hour without any like protection on his helmet on his head. So I don't know. I just find it funny. Like people are already trashing this movie even before it releases, but then they'll be like the ones that are super quiet or raving about this film when this movie is really good. It's so weird, like the way the internet just works. Trust me, I know I'm a Star Wars fan. I get this every single day. When I go to any of these forums or any of these groups. It's just always been. It's just part of just. It's just the internet nowadays.
Yeah.
And it's weird is because those people that make the loudest noise, which is a really small group of people, are the ones that really affect the film and how it's supposed to be made. Star Wars is a perfect example. Is that like people put in their 2 cents and Disney listens and then they change it to accommodate those small group of people, thinking that it's a large group of people that really feel that way. So, hopefully it's not the case with Batman. Hopefully, DC is just like whatever. There's always going to be haters and they just do their thing, as opposed to hopefully there's no one in the production team reading these comments and like telling the director like, hey man, people are not liking this suit. We got to change it.
Absolutely.
So hopefully, I think it's going to be good. How many times did people complain about Heath Ledger being a Joker?
Or Michael Keaton being Batman.
Oh yeah, exactly. Well, I was
They
little.
had pitchforks, they're in the torches.
Yeah.
How dare you let Michael Keaton be Batman?
I mean,
Mr.
George
Mom.
Clooney. I can't defend that.
I want to give a shout out to Gina B. I don't know if I've ever seen you on the show, so this is awesome, Gina. I'm really glad that you're here. She says the bat suit is not going to make or break the film. The script and tone is what is most important for the film's success. The new suit, there are a lot of nods to the comic books in that suit.
Yep. I agree.
The old school appearance with the purple gloves and that kind of that leather cowl. That is taken directly from the comic books. I think it's awesome that the rumor is that the chest is actually the gun that was used to shoot down his parents.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that's true or not, I don't know how he would track that down. But there are so many elements to that suit that I really think are great. Also, it has been said, some of the things that I've read is that suit is actually destroyed right at the beginning of the film. And that's, just kind of his, first mod suit basically, and then he upgrades to something else. So it's very interesting how people will jump on a certain thing. PJ, you did a great example of how people are responding. What about the rest of you guys? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I think the same thing. I think people are a little quick to jump the gun on what they don't even know what's going to happen yet. So give it a chance before you start judging it.
Until it's finished, at least.
You think it's finished?
No, I said I just think that they should wait till it's finished.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Average Joe says those comments just wreck of entitlement. We have been so conditioned to get what we want. We've become spoiled. I would agree with that. I mean, we do that in society. We cater to everyone. I don't know. It makes it very difficult.
Well, I mean, we talked earlier this week about this, and PJ, you probably know about it, where they approached Taika Waititi to do a Star Wars movie, and he said, "No, thank you," because it would be career suicide.
Yeah, it's a shame. It's really a shame. It's like a lot of the fans shoot.
I think these movies, Batman, they're going to get to this point where directors and actors are going to be like, "Oh hell no, I'm not going to Batman with a 10-foot pole."
I almost want to tell like some of these the production teams of these films is like, don't post anything. Just, I know people like to take pictures if they're like like a bystander or something, or as they're walking by, but it's almost like I feel that once it leaks into the internet, it's just the trolls just come out of the woodworks, and
That's what it is. Trolls.
yeah, and even if they do come out, I just really hope like these movie companies don't listen to those trolls, because I'm telling you, it's just a really small group of people that just come on the internet just to hate on things.
Yep.
So 8-Bit Flea contradicts you here. He says, not true, PJ. Look at that Sonic movie. They listen to fans and it's doing well.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, that one was, that film was already done. I mean, this, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was already shot. They just had to go back and change the look of the character. But I mean, something like that. That's a good. That is a really good example and good point by 8-Bit Flea. But how often does that happen, though?
Yeah, not too often.
Yeah, and I always want. I mentioned in my. I don't want to shameless plug, but still, like I always mention in my podcast is that all these hate that Star Wars has been getting is not because of the movie companies. It's from the fans. They say something about The Force Awakens. Oh, it's just a rehash. Guess what? Next movie, they totally did the opposite of that.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? Super backlash.
Yep.
And guess what? The third final movie, they did the opposite of The Last Jedi. Still super backlash. I'm telling you, it's just going to be an ongoing cycle. And hopefully, like I said, these companies don't listen. They just do their thing. Let them express their creative side freely without being criticized before the movie's even released. So
is Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram to blame for all that?
Yeah, it's just the culture nowadays. Unfortunately,
Being able to be a faceless platform, and you don't have to worry about what you say because nobody sees who you are. So.
I think the studios would be more worried if nobody was talking at all.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah, I agree
kind
too.
Of
double-edged sword there.
Any kind of advertising, as long as it's in the public consciousness, I think that they're happier than they would be if no one gave a damn.
I think that there are some movies that are better at keeping secrets than others. I really enjoyed this last Star Wars movie. There were things that maybe they could have done differently, but I really enjoyed it. I saw it twice. But I knew nothing about it going in. Like I didn't see set photos. I didn't see anything. And maybe I'm just not part of that community enough.
Yeah. I was going to say, Chris, there was the whole script leaked online.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I did hear about that.
So it's verbatim, unfortunately.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's sick.
Oh, that was Poe, right? I mean, he left that he left it in his hotel room.
Yeah, but they caught it right away. I'm talking about
okay.
like there was like someone in the production team that leaked it on Reddit. So,
wow,
yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, I mean,
that's the thing is, if we could just get to a point where film everything inside, or do something where they're not constantly outside, and there's 1,500 people taking photographs from every angle of every shot. I mean, God, with the Joker movie,
that
entire thing was out before it was out because it was all outside, or most of it. And so him running and him in the phone booth and all these different places, we saw all that a year before.
Yeah.
Because there's paparazzi everywhere, kind of ruining things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I wanted to apply to be what's that called? Extra in that movie.
That'd be cool.
It was shot in my neck of the woods, so
That would have been
How far is the stairs from where you live?
Oh, that's in New York, but they shot a lot of the movie in Newark, New Jersey. So
yeah, that's cool.
Yes, yeah. I remember they were looking for people, and then I was like, but it was really cold, so I didn't.
I should have done that in a second.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm not really gonna get paid for this, but okay.
Put on a damn coat, PJ. Come on.
Yeah, you should have definitely done that, PJ. That would have been dope.
I know, I wanted to, but that movie was great. I love that movie.
The other thing to remember about set photos is you never know what they're going to add what CGI is going to be added.
Yeah.
I mean, the Batman on the motorcycle, he's not even, there's no cape.
Yeah,
so that's an indication that things are going to be added post.
Sure, and probably his pants. I mean, people are like, he doesn't have like armor on his pants.
Yeah. Could be.
Same thing.
Well, hopefully, like technology gets better. And again, I'm so sorry if I'm using Star Wars as an example, but look at the Mandalorian. I don't know if you guys saw that video of that spherical like set that they had, right? Where it was basically they were just using like a computer CGI like as a backdrop or like as a set, and they would change the scene with just like a flick of a mouse, like with a click of a mouse. So that's why with the Mandalorian, you really didn't know much about what was going on with that show until it was released, especially with the child or the baby Yoda being one of the like best kept secrets of 2019. So hopefully like a lot of these like movie production companies start to head to that route where they don't have to go outside and film scenes, you know what I'm saying, and they just kind of stick indoors where the scripts and their everything is safe from the public.
But I love those street scenes from the Joker. They were very cool.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Great. Yeah, absolutely. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to Bruna. Hey, Bruna, welcome. I'm glad that you were able to make it from work. That's awesome. So real quick, what do you guys think about that look of that initial suit? Do you guys like it? What do you guys think?
I like it. I'm not gonna just dislike it because that's the only thing that I've seen. I don't think they're gonna bring out something that's not that. I mean, they may not appeal to the masses, but I think it'll do. I think it'll do good.
They have a lot riding on this film, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So they're not going to just want to throw trash at the screen. They're going to want it to be right.
Yeah.
But what do you think of it, Dan?
I think I don't know, the things that I've heard so far in terms of it being more kind of a noir type film where there's a lot more focused on the detective aspect of the character. It seems like they're trying to do some different things that maybe both the fan base and the wider audiences haven't seen yet. I think Joker probably emboldens them to do even more of those things. I think the suit that we've seen is probably one of at least a few that we would see in the film. I can't imagine it probably isn't even a final. It could be just testing the waters.
Yeah.
The suit that he's wearing on the motorcycle, the stuntman, somebody referred to the gauntlets, what looked to be some kind of weapon on the gauntlets, as Talon related, Court of Owls.
Looks just like Talon.
There's all kinds of things. I mean, to me, that's super cool. So personally, and I think Pattinson, Twilight aside, he's got acting chops. He's got the right look. Picture recently, he looks buff. It's like I think it's coming together. I'm excited for it. So
Yeah, people have to let the Twilight stuff go. Like
they really,
he has made like 10 amazing films since then, and they're all very actory. Just very good.
Robert Pattinson even hates Twilight.
Yeah, he does.
I think he's on record like trashing that movie. So
I can't lie. I watch those movies. I watched them with my wife.
I mean,
they are good. They're what they are,
Yeah, usually on Friday night, I would pull up a bubble bath and have like a glass of wine. I'll go on my iPhone and then watch some Twilight movies. No, but Robert Pattinson is a really good actor.
I need a meme of that.
Oh my god!
Robert
DJ,
Pattinson
are you in a bubble bath right now?
Actually, that's why I have the green screen. I really don't want to, deter you guys from talking to me.
And first of all, thank you very much you're the first guest that's had the green screen effect on StreamYard here. So that's awesome.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Cool.
I need to get that.
Yeah, you guys can do that too. Any of you guys can if you have a green screen. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. But Robert Pattinson, I don't know if you guys watched his new movie, The Lighthouse. That was good.
It was dark, man.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Yeah, he's good.
And his co-star is the number one person I want as the Joker.
Yep.
Yeah. What's that on, Dan?
Willem Dafoe. I watched it on iTunes.
Okay. I want to check that out.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks. I haven't seen it yet either, but it looks phenomenal.
It's
Very
really dark.
twisted. It almost looks twisted.
It's very twisted.
Yeah.
It's my type of movie.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, Greg F says PJ with his Gal Gadot bust. So
I'm still on the wait list, so hopefully it converts.
you don't want to get the Queen Studios one?
I don't know.
He wants to stay married.
Is this one?
Yeah, well, that's blocking me from. I mean, all right, I'm not gonna.
I got you.
Oh God.
We'll stop at that.
A dark turn, folks.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
It almost went DCX route.
I know, sorry, I'll stop there.
You guys want more of that? Check out Friday night. That's right.
Friday night DCX open
That's
mic.
right. Absolutely. But yeah, I would just love William Dafoe as Joker. I don't know if would be too old, but people, have you guys seen all the art that people did with the Arkham Joker? You know, it's just I feel like he would just be absolutely perfect. But there's not a Joker as far as we know in this film. But again, the rumor is that it's supposed to be based off of Long Halloween. So I'm hoping that's the case. But anyway, to sum all of that up, people have your opinion, but don't trash all over something you have nothing that you know about yet. You know, wait till it comes out. Like everybody said, give it a shot, because you may end up loving it, or you may hate it. It's, you know, who knows? You know, you brought up the Joker and how it was a dark film, and it did very well for them. Birds of Prey came out, R-rated film.
I like Birds of Prey.
I liked it, but it is underperformed big time.
Yeah,
really.
which I was really sad about. I'm not sure if the Suicide Squad movie kind of contributed to it not being.
Sure. Yeah,
because people
And
were
the
turned
fact
off by that movie.
And I've never seen a movie that I can think of that after it was released changed the title of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey. So
Should have been the title to begin with.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Who thought that wasn't a good idea?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Put Harley Quinn up front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was I thought it was a fun movie. My wife and I watched it, and we just had a blast in the movie theaters.
It was fun. I think in my review I gave it a solid B. But I don't know.
It's probably the superhero movie. Probably the smallest scale superhero movie, as far as, you know, no one was trying to destroy the earth in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the stakes were very low, so you really had to depend on her character to carry it.
Yeah. Did you guys watch it?
Yeah.
Did you like it, Jeff?
It's a one-timer for me. It's not one that I would go back and see again.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I would agree with that. I don't think I'd go watch it again.
Yeah, I wouldn't watch it again, but
If it's on.
It really surprised me, though. You know, I wasn't expecting much out of that movie, but I had a pretty decent time. I thought Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn is perfect. She is like the perfect cast to be Harley Quinn.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to Suicide Squad 2 because James Gunn is directing, and I have faith that he'll do something better than what we saw in the first one and better than we saw in Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
Seen a lot of set photos of that too. You know, she's in black and more red and black this time instead of blue and red. So I don't know. It's going to be real interesting to see how that one does. Mm-hmm. And how do you change people's perception? If people hated Suicide Squad, how are you going to get people to go see the second one?
Right.
Or the reboot? I guess it's not really a second one, is it? It's like a reboot.
Yeah.
Kind of, or I don't know. JW Statue says, hello, everyone. A review of the ECC Pennywise Maquette will be out soon. Chris, everyone in the panel, great show.
Oh, nice. Can't wait for that review.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I put this up too. Jeebus the Collector finally made it to a BSC chat. Welcome, Jeebus. Glad you can make it live. I always have a lot of people say, oh, I love the show, but I can't make it live. Don't ever worry about that, guys. If you want to, join us, but you can always watch the replay too. So, absolutely. Let's see. Anybody else want to say anything before we move on to pictures?
Pictures.
Okay. Get rid of that. All right. So I have some pictures of in-hand stuff, and then also new reveals as well.
Oh, Chris, are you going to tease us with that Batman who laughs? Is that what you're going to do?
Oh man, I tell you.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was actually glad to get that notification that it was being.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that, but I'm supposed to be getting the Hush Ivy first, but I have heard nothing about her.
Oh, wow, really?
I have heard nothing. I mean, she's supposed to be like February, March, and I haven't even seen an out in China picture yet.
Wow.
So I'm assuming we'll get a delay on her too, but who knows? All right, so first up, people started getting in-hand photos. Can you guys see these okay?
Yep.
Okay. In-hand photos of the new 52 Batman. This is 1/4 scale. This is one that I am still considering purchasing. I don't know if it'll look good in my case or not with the Sideshow pieces, but I think it looks really good. What do you guys think of this one?
I think it looks good too, but I think that I think what somebody else was pointing out was that there's a lot of bulk on the top portion of the cape that's different from the production photos. Yeah, so I think that was one of the things that collectors didn't like about it.
This area right here, this area and this area, I think is what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's it.
And the prototype had a lot of extra lines here, like wrinkles in the cape. So I'm really not sure what happened there either. I think that's very, very weird that they would smooth that out. I don't know what would have caused that.
Maybe it wasn't structural.
It might not have been.
Yeah, it could be.
But anyway, I thought that was pretty odd. But some great details. Some people have said that they don't really think this paint right here is very great.
Yeah.
It looks better in Gary's pictures than it did in some other collectors.
Yeah, give a shout out to Gary. These are from his.
Yeah.
This is the exclusive head here, the Angry Portrait. But
nice.
Is this one anybody's picking up?
I had this on pre-order, but I don't know. I canceled it like 3 months after I pre-ordered it, just because I don't know. I felt like it was the release date was so far away, and I was like, oh my goodness, like, you know, I don't know. I might rethink of picking this the statue up. But does anyone else have this on pre-order?
I thought about it, but because I have 3 other statues in the new 52 line, but I like for me, I just have so many other Batman statues that I just didn't see the need to just go ahead and to add it to the collection. So
Mac, I always feel like they're like, to me, they look in pictures that they're super shiny.
Yeah.
Are they?
They are. Well, Green Lantern is definitely. He's got his green paint on his boots and his costume is definitely shiny, but like the black parts of the costume are not. Cyborg is, because of course he's it's all mechanical. Yeah. But like Superman, his suit's a little bit shiny. It's not like over the top, but like his symbol on his chest, his belt, and that collar around his neck and his boots are shiny.
I feel like in some photos they almost look plasticky to me.
Yeah, you could say that, but in person, I think they definitely look different. I think it's definitely.
Do you think that it would look good next to a premium format?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I had it on pre-order and canceled. I think it looks really nice, but I had this. I mean, I was a day one on this one, so I had it on pre-order for like a year and a half, and in that time period, I picked up the Justice League Batman 1/3. I picked up the Tweeterhead Batman, and this thing I think takes the space of like 2 quarter scales. It's essentially 2 feet wide and 2 feet deep, which is really big. And so I just had too much Batman and decided to cancel this one.
I was the same. I had it on pre-order and then canceled it too. I think I kind of panicked. Dan, this one seems like it'd be right up your alley. Did you ever consider it?
I had this. I was a day one PO on this.
Oh, nice, Dan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I've mentioned it at one point or another, but New 52 Batman is my absolute favorite run. That along with Hush, of course. But I mean, I've got every book in the 1 through 50 New 52 Batman run, every variant. And honestly, right now, I canceled it when Prime One announced the 0-year Batman.
Oh, you canceled it.
Yep,
Yeah.
I canceled the PO on this one. I think the 0-year will be the new 52 Batman for me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've gotten just too used to the texture and detail sculpt quality on the Prime One statues, but for this, the suit, I know it's a comic, version and everything, but the lack of texture on the suit kind of bothers me. I don't know why. I mean, I love the pose. I think it's a great looking statue. I just the lack of texture just kind of bothers me on the suit.
I agree. And stay tuned, everybody. Our friend Eric B. He is doing 2 reviews for us. Up first will be Batgirl this week from Sideshow, and then also he's doing this one as well. So hopefully we'll give you some up close looks at him in video form on the channel here real soon. So still one I'm considering, but I just don't know. I mean, I love it as a standalone piece, but I think that there are pieces that are better.
Yeah.
It's surprising though. 4 of us on this panel had this on pre-order, and we all canceled it.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. I'm like, it's so weird.
Yeah.
But I think there was just maybe too much uncertainty about this piece.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But it's still a great piece, and congratulations to everybody that got it.
Absolutely.
It is a great looking statue.
Yeah, this is a great standalone piece too.
Yeah.
I threw a couple of pictures in since we've been. Again, I apologize for not being here last week. We were supposed to be here last week, but my family and I went to see the band Kiss, which was amazing. And so we didn't get all the coverage of the Wonderfest. Prime One didn't have any DC pieces there, but I threw a couple of pieces in there just to share the audience that might have missed it. But some great great photos of The Witcher. Thought that was a pretty great piece. We also had New York Toy Fair this last weekend. Lots of new pieces revealed. And Dan, I know you collect the black and white series. What do you think of this one right here?
I haven't pulled the trigger on. I like this one. I haven't pulled the trigger on it. I think it's one of the ones that I've been going back and forth on is the Gotham by Gaslight. Prime One, the 1/5.
Yes.
And so I've kind of been toggling between that one and this one. Obviously, there's a big difference in the two, but I really like that Prime One version. So,
yeah, I think there's more detail in that for sure.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to point out is I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but this particular mask has stitching in it.
Yeah.
And if you look close at the Batman movie stitching with Robert Pattinson, he also has that same type of stitching in his leather cowl. So I thought that was a nice nod to that, taken from the comics. So anyway, I thought that was pretty awesome. Let's see here. And they also showed this one. This was, of course, the McFarlane.
I've got this one on PO.
Yeah, this one is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, cool.
So cool to see it. This one was revealed, I think, either yesterday or today from Tweeterhead. This is the Black Manta, and it does go up for pre-order tomorrow.
Black Adam.
Adam.
So what did I say?
Black Manta.
Black. I was like,
Must be the cold medicine.
Just a slightly different look on this.
I was like, damn, what happened to his helmet?
Yeah, he's really gone downhill, I guess. Yeah, I personally like Black Manta a lot better than Black Adam, but it's still a cool look, I think.
Yeah, it's just the exclusive portrait that was revealed yesterday or today.
So right there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Looks good.
So again, Tweeterhead is now offering payment plans, and you can get these way before they go to other retailers. So check out tweeterhead.com if you're interested in that. Kind of a cool piece. I don't know if it's their best one, but it's still a great compliment to Shazam.
Yep.
This is a piece that really caught my eye. It's just been
love it.
out for a little bit, but I just absolutely love this. Is this 1/5 or smaller than 1/5?
Yeah, that's a nice looking piece.
But
I'm not sure. I thought maybe 1/6.
Small.
1/6.
Yeah, I bet 1/6,
1/7, maybe.
It's possible.
I'm not sure.
but I think she is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
right.
inspired by Art Germ, right?
Yeah.
Art Germ, yeah, this is his new art print. And an interesting thing, whenever I first started collecting Batman stuff, it was always called DC Direct. And then over the years, they changed it to DC Collectibles. And now with this event, they started calling themselves DC Direct again.
Oh.
So, you can't find DC Collectibles on Instagram anymore. It's already DC Direct. So for those of you looking for their pieces, they will be going under that label from now on. So I thought that was also a very interesting thing from this weekend. But
Yeah.
Direct for years.
yeah, so it's been really interesting. So anyway, I just absolutely love this piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited because I'm going to Planet Comic-Con next month, and Art Germ's going to be there.
Oh, you got to get some of his prints, man.
It's his only U.S. appearance this year or something.
Really?
They said that they made kind of a big deal about it. And it's like his whole team, like all of his artists that are around him. It's like 5 guys. And I'm not very familiar with them, but I'm just very excited to meet him, and I'm hoping they have this print there.
Yeah, he's super nice. Super, super nice. Been following him for years. And I remember when he wasn't as big in New York Comic Con, but now, I mean, he's charging up the wazoo for for a commission now.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet. People definitely know who he is.
Yeah.
This one's from Stuart Murray. He always posts amazing photos of his collection. I am just so impressed with this Dark Side. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Again, this is from Prime One Studio. What do you guys think about how he turned out?
Yeah, I think he turned out great. I thought about picking this up, but I ultimately decided not to. But we'll see what happens in the future.
That's right. Look at the size of him. So
Yeah,
he's 1/4.
Yeah, it's impressive.
wow.
For scale. I mean, obviously he would be bigger than
This is from the video game, right?
Yeah, it's from Injustice.
Injustice.
Right? I think it looks great.
But there's a picture here. I have also. Let's see. So this is the Sideshow piece. This is 1/4 scale.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
This is 1/4 scale, and this is 1/4 scale. So, this thing is massive. I think this is like Killer Croc size.
Mm.
Wow.
Am I wrong, Mac? Is it maybe smaller than that? Maybe it is.
I would definitely say it's probably Killer Croc is huge.
Yeah, it's got to be smaller than Killer Croc. But regardless, I mean, look at the size of these.
Yeah, like I say you put Croc and Doomsday up beside those, and then you can see the difference.
Yeah, that would definitely tell the story.
Yeah,
but I definitely tip my hat to Prime One. I think they did a phenomenal job. I think he's just so cool and collected.
Yeah, that's a
intimidating. Yeah, I want to see a Mac review on that.
On the Okay.
Yeah.
Don't peer pressure me.
That's right. I know.
Just do it, Mac.
Hey, Mac, when's that room tour going to be?
Oh, hey. Soon.
I like it. All right, that's good. Yeah. I have to keep giving you crap about it.
I know you do. It one of these days soon. I probably. I just got to get the time.
Hey, I hear you. This is another one. You guys probably have seen this one before. This is what Diamond Select is putting out. You guys know I'm collecting the bus. Those are the smaller bus. These are half scale, and they range anywhere from $150 to $200. I think this one's $200. But they also revealed the Joker at Toy Fair.
That's awesome.
And then they also did Harley Quinn.
Yeah, it's cool.
So I just think that there's the 3 of them together. I think they look great.
Yeah,
they're cool.
And again, they're half scale, so they're going to be a pretty good size. I have my Batman half scale here, and so it's going to be probably around that size. But I feel like for $150, I don't know.
Yeah,
if you love the animated series, I just think, man, especially Joker. I think Joker looks great.
Yeah, he does.
They kind of started out. I have a couple of contacts at Diamond Select, and they said that they were going to start out with a couple. Harley was the surprise. So obviously there's a lot of interest, and maybe they've already had a lot of pre-orders. So, who knows if people keep buying them, who knows how many they'll keep doing. So, but I'm excited for collectors that love the animated series stuff. Okay, this is our first Prime 1 reveal from their DC gallery. This is the long-anticipated, long-awaited, and most people gave up on it, actually. This is the half-scale Bale Batman. What do you guys think of this one?
Half-scale Bale Batman? Yeah, I like that one. I just don't do the movie piece, but I really like that statue.
Yeah,
I think it's dope.
I think it looks amazing. It looks great. I mean,
to me, it looks so much better than their third scale.
Yeah.
Something was always weird about the neck. I don't know. I just feel like this one is just really well done.
So, Chris, you know what that means?
What does that mean?
I think you need to make some space, and I think we need to see this on. I mean, you are the Batman statue collector. So
I know.
It kind of makes sense.
And the weird thing is, I don't review that many Batman statues.
Yeah. So I think this is one that you may have to.
Well,
this is half scale, right?
The thing is, I don't have the Joker anymore.
Well,
Oh, you don't? Oh,
No.
you just go ahead.
I sold it for the Queen Studios Joker.
Just go ahead and get him back.
I know.
Just go ahead and get him back. No, I'm just joking.
The thing is, I love these movie pieces, but I kind of fell in love with the comic pieces more, and so I have to give up one of them. I don't have enough room for everything. I would absolutely love movie pieces, but between my Arkham line and my comic pieces, the fact that I collect 1/3 scale, Mac, more than anybody, that it just takes up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
It takes
much room.
a massive amount of space. I don't even know what I would do with Nightfall.
Yeah.
Probably gonna go back in the box.
That Nightfall is awesome.
Yeah,
So,
I can't wait to get it open.
yeah, I can't wait to see your review. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
I mentioned Eric earlier. These are some photos that he provided. He's sending me the video tonight.
oh, wait. People are getting them already?
Yeah, they're getting them already. They're in hand.
Oh my gosh, because they just released the out of the box today, right?
Yeah. I think some people got her maybe even last week.
Wow, that's crazy.
But anyway, so he is shooting me the review tonight, and I'll edit that and have it up for you guys probably in a day or so. But initial photos, I think she looks really good. What do you guys think about how she turned out?
I love it. I really do. I like the more serious look.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But man, seriously, Sideshow's really killing it with these female portraits and their
I saw her in
characters too.
PJ, do you see her? You must have seen her in New York, right?
Oh yeah, I love that.
I was really impressed. This one in person, like a lot of statues, is really impressive.
I totally agree. She looks great. Anyone picking her up or? No. Yeah.
Is that? Wait, is this the banana peel?
Yep.
Yeah. And to me, I don't know if it looks like this to you guys in the photo, but I feel like she's a little bit undersized compared to Catwoman.
Maybe.
I don't know if it's just me or maybe it's
because
Catwoman looks like she's like set back a little bit on the table here. I don't know. I'm anxious to hear from Eric what he thinks.
Good point.
Yeah, that Catwoman is dope.
But then here you see the OG right here, and that's the one that I had. And then this is the newer one. But I think both are good. They both have their place.
One.
Two definitely different takes on the character. That's for sure. These were some other reveals, if you were, from DC Direct, if you will. These are ones that I believe were black and white statues that they've now painted color here. Obviously, this is the Jim Lee Joker. Dan, do you have the black and white of this one?
I do. I'm looking at it right now. Yep.
So what do you think of them going and doing color versions of these?
I mean, I think it looks good. I mean, it looks accurate and everything. I've said before, though, that one of the things I keep my black and whites, well, some of them are with books and some of them on shelves by themselves, but I like the way the black and whites don't take anything away from the larger statues in my collection room. You don't have all this kind of conflict. So, Yeah, I think the color looks great, but I prefer my black and whites.
This was the second one that they're doing. This, of course, is Killing Joke.
Killing Joke. Yeah, that looks cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, the colors look good.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But those were unveiled at the Toy Fair this weekend as well in New York. This one I am really impressed with. I love Halloween. It's my favorite Halloween movie, no pun intended. But this is Michael Myers from PCS. Have you guys seen the in-hand photos of this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that previous photo, I actually thought that was like from
I didn't
a movie still or something, or
yeah.
maybe someone cosplaying as Michael Myers. But yeah, I didn't realize it was a statue. And wow, it looks amazing.
Yeah, when it catches the shadows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that thing's really good looking.
Yeah.
But I feel like PCS has really been doing a good job with what they're coming out with. Like they also were doing the wrestlers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the wrestlers look good.
Like they had in hand. I didn't get it for the show, but they had in hand photos of Ultimate Warrior, and he looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're really putting out some good stuff here lately.
Yeah. I just can't own a horror piece, man. I just get too scared.
Looks good, Mac.
That's right.
Yeah.
They did sculpted hair, and then they did kind of a real hair. Real hair.
Yeah.
But look at that. I mean, geez.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jeff.
Sure.
All right, so here's another reveal. This was the big one from Prime 1. This was, of course, the long anticipated. We didn't think we would actually get her, but she was teased last March. And here she is. This is the 1/3 scale Poison Ivy. And she's from Arkham City. What do you guys think of her?
Yeah, I think she looks good. I don't think I'm gonna pick it up, but I think it looks great.
I prefer the Hush.
What do you think, Dan?
I think she looks great. And the reason for the hesitation in my voice is ever since anybody mentioned anything about that right foot, I can't get my eye off of it.
Mhm.
Yeah, it looks like she's about to break her ankle.
It's just an awkward. That is not anatomically correct.
Yeah.
It just isn't.
I talked to Kelvin, and because he had seen some of the early on complaints, and he said that all of this is already sculpted, all these vines and all that stuff. I don't really know how that's not caught in the design process. Like, yeah. I don't know who designed this. I don't know who was the artist. And I think the sculpt is beautiful, and maybe they sculpt it without knowing what the base is going to be like.
Right.
Which is, in my opinion, is probably what happened here. Somebody did the base and another person did the body.
Right. Yeah.
But I agree, it is awkward. Now I don't know if you could, if you put a leaf in front of her foot, that might help.
Just mask it.
Yeah.
When you should say that, I kind of had the same thought. I'm like, well, maybe you could just mask it off.
That's right, and maybe that's possible.
Like, what happens if we move this little bush here? Oh, it's a messed up foot. So, so it does look good. I just think, I guess, if you think about the two, I guess it's nice to have an option for that when you have the Hush one, where it's like the Hush is just so big, it's gonna take a lot more space,
Yeah. A lot of people have said she looks a lot like Sophie Turner, and I agree.
Yeah.
Not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing. This look right here with the lips kind of parched. Yeah. This is my favorite by far.
I'm with you.
I don't like the deadpan look, and I know the exclusive is okay, but I think this should have been the exclusive in my opinion. It was just beautiful head sculpt.
So but since when did it's already sculpted being excused from Prime 1? I mean, when the Superman Hush first was revealed at a convention and the head was comically small, they fixed it.
That's true. And you know what? I have only heard from Kelvin. I'm sure that, I feel like they get real defensive real quick. Rightfully so. They're very proud of what they're putting out. But they have listened to fans, and perhaps her leg will be fixed.
Yeah. It's beautiful. I mean, for the record, it's a beautiful statue. Like I said, it's just certain things that if I bought that, I think I'd just have this lingering disappointment with the anatomy. And I said in the group the other day when we first got a look at this, I said, look, I challenge anybody in the group to take the position, the stance that she's in, and put your foot that way.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work.
No, that's a twisted ankle at that point.
Yeah, exactly. You know, her toe should be following where she's pointing, and it would bug me enough that I just, again, for the record, I probably would not buy the statue because of it.
Because of it.
Yeah.
Well,
And I've been waiting for it.
You know how much I love Arkham. You know
Yeah.
how much that I have collected this line. I have just about every piece in the line,
Yeah.
villain-wise. And I have not pre-ordered her yet.
Yep.
I have kind of the same feelings. I'm kind of to the point where I'm kind of stuck because I have all of these great Arkham characters, and now I'm collecting all the comic book characters, and I keep thinking, okay, I have limited space. Do I really need 2 of all of them?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do I need 2 Deathstrokes? Do I need,
Right.
2 Poison Ivies?
Right.
I'm really stuck on this one. I'm guessing, knowing me, I'll probably order her. But I'm not in a giant hurry, I guess. And that pains me to say because I've been so excited for her. But I don't know. The leg thing bothers me. I'm hoping that is fixed. And then also it really comes down to I need to spend, $2,000 plus on 2 Poison Ivies.
Yeah.
When I absolutely love the Hush one. I mean, the Hush one.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I mean, the Hush is beyond beautiful.
Yep.
And I love the source material.
Mhm.
I would have maybe preferred this
Yeah,
maybe to be Arkham Knight.
Mhm.
Just because the other ones were Arkham Knight or Arkham Origins. This is the only one from Arkham City. But I do feel like she is stunning. I think the colors are really great on her. But I would like them to see maybe them fix the foot.
Yeah.
One thing I found interesting about this piece is it has the 3 portraits, but the differences between them are so subtle.
Yeah. Here they are right here. Again, this is the stern face with the the parched lips,
Right.
and then like a slight smirk.
Yeah.
It might have been, maybe it would have been, instead of this face, maybe them do like an angry face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something different. But I agree.
Something different. Yeah.
I don't know anybody that would use this head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks
Right.
like a weird.
And if,
Yeah.
by God, if you guys love that head, more power to you. But I just, why would you use this one when you could have that one? I just don't.
Maybe if you broke the other 2. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. She's the triple backup head.
There you go.
Okay. So that angle looks maybe a little bit better. I just don't know if it's the angle or what, but again,
How did they not see that?
Yeah, Dan is right. It's just look weird. You're. I'm telling you, you're twisting. Try doing that pose. You're twisting your ankle.
Right.
Do it right now, PJ.
I am doing it right now.
You are.
Yeah.
He's
and-
enjoying his bubble bath too
Dude.
much. He's not going to see it.
No.
Dude, PJ's in the Millennium Falcon once again.
the TV also lights up. I thought that was interesting.
That's cool.
So
Yeah.
I don't know how many people would leave it on. I wouldn't. But and the bad thing is, the Arkham logo it's just black when the light's not on.
Yeah.
So you don't even see the Arkham logo. I think that would have been cool. They should have done a white sticker. And
Yeah.
then had the light behind it somehow. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Maybe they'll have a flicker effect too.
yeah. Oh, that flicker effect, that would change my mind.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. So long story short, I'll probably buy her.
Oh,
So
that-
punishment.
so Chris,
And I'm a completist. I want to have my final piece. But if I do get her, I don't have room for her. I would have to for sure sell my Bane.
your
The mercenary Bane.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So
I remember when you traded for that one. For the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason has the other. No, he has the Venom Bane. Yeah.
Got you.
These were cool too. They were premiered at the Toy Fair. These were animated series weapons, life-size props. I thought that was really cool.
which company?
I think it's DC Direct.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
But they're fun, if you collect life-size props or even collect stuff from the animated series, that's really cool. And then they also had movie props too, like Batman '89, and I thought that was really, really neat that they're doing some props for people that like to collect stuff like that. They had the Nightwing batons from Arkham, Batman Beyond, Superman Kryptonite.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So-
fun.
Anyway, it's kind of fun. I just want to share it with you guys.
You forgot one. You forgot one figure, man.
Which one?
The Spawn, man.
Oh, did they have it? Weapons?
Yeah. No. They had a Spawn figure. I thought.
Oh, maybe I missed it.
It's okay.
Okay. These are some more in-hand photos this week of the Aquaman from Sideshow. I think it looks really good.
Yeah.
That's my photos.
Are these yours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It is. Look at the
credit to-
background.
Wait,
That's
you didn't
you.
get this is copyright.
I know.
Yeah.
Right.
I just pulled
Dude,
these like 30 minutes before the show, so I didn't even see who it was.
Only
Man.
$5.
Yeah.
It's in the mail.
$5
Here, hold on. Let me do this instead. Everybody visit Secret Sanctuary on Facebook and on YouTube.
Please.
Check them out. Subscribe.
There you
There you
go.
go.
That's not enough, Chris. You still
Okay,
owe
I'll do it like
$5.
15 more times.
So you see, he's right over my shoulder.
He's
Oh yeah, I
fantastic,
did see him back there.
Jeff. I'm so proud that you have this.
I really, really like it a lot.
Yeah. It looks great.
I mean, the likeness is incredible.
It
Yeah.
is.
And no fault against Sideshow, but their movie pieces aren't always that accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine if their Cavill Soups or their Gal Gadot Wonder Woman had looked this good.
Oh,
Oh,
night
my
and day
God.
different. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a home run for them if you collect movie pieces. Like, this is really good.
Yeah,
So
very happy.
congratulations. You haven't done the review yet, have you?
Yeah, I
Yep.
did.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Really.
Yeah.
I must have missed it. I'll go back and check it out.
It's available on my YouTube channel.
Yes, it is. Definitely check out his YouTube channel for his Aquaman review. Secret Sanctuary, Secret Sanctuary, Secret Sanctuary.
One of the surprising parts about this, Jeff, is in watching the review is bigger than it looks in pictures.
Yeah, it's a really nice piece. He's on a shorter base than, for example, Superman, but he's pretty bulky.
Yeah.
And I mean, the staff is over 2 feet long. It's a really, really nice piece, and I like how they kind of de-emphasize the base to emphasize him.
Yeah.
It all works. The pose is really nice. He looks really great if you look at him kind of from below, looking up at him. He looks very regal, kind of, really, very, really cool. They did a great job.
One thing that you mentioned about the base is I feel like so many Aquaman bases have all of that gaudy color with the core.
Yeah.
You know, this makes you look at him and not all the aquarium colors, you know.
Right. And also, as I also mentioned in the review, you don't need the exclusive on this one. If you can get a good discount on a regular, go for it. It's a beautiful piece.
What was the exclusive?
It's the Ocean Master mask that he's holding there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the arm holding it.
Yeah. That's right. Well, congratulations. Great piece.
Thank you.
This was also shown at Wonderfest a couple weeks ago. This is the Soren from Lord of the Rings, and it got a lot of attention, a lot of excitement from Lord of the Rings. Any of you guys big Lord of the Ring fans at all?
I'm a fan, but not that big to get Sauron. I mean, this is a pretty big piece, right? Isn't like
Yeah.
It must be huge.
I'm assuming it's 1/3.
it's yeah.
I mean, it might be 1/4, but I don't know if they ever said. But I think it's a big piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was pretty good.
Congrats.
Isn't one of the accessories like his finger like cut off or something with the ring still attached to it? Or
I would imagine.
I thought I saw that. It might not be this piece, but I thought I saw that somewhere. I thought it was pretty cool.
It's cool.
Oh
This was another big reveal. This was the third reveal from Prime One at their gallery showcase, and this is the again long anticipated Zatanna. She's 1/3 scale, and probably my favorite portrait of any female I've ever seen.
Yeah, looks great.
Looks good.
Some people
Everybody-
hate the rabbit. I don't know. I don't know if she'll be able to be. If you'll be able to remove that.
Why are people even looking at the rabbit?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's like, wait, are you missing the
Look at the
actual
crazy
character holding the rabbit?
Look at that face.
So this.
Oh
whole
my
thing,
gosh.
the roses. You have this goblin down here. You have the real fabric curtains. Like, isn't this crazy?
That's
It's
pretty
beautiful. It's probably one of the best statue reveals this year. Looks great.
I think so.
I think it would have been really fun if the goblin was coming out of the hat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be
would've been maybe better.
that'd be cool.
Kind of a here I am pose. I think that'd be kind of fun.
We don't know what kind of swap outs or anything she has yet. The original concept art, the idea was that she was holding the skull, not her top hat. She actually had her top hat on, but she was holding the skull, and the skull was hovering above her hand. And I was really hoping they would be able to do something creative with magnets that you could actually float it. And I don't know if that's still a possibility, but regardless, I think people are just so excited that she's finally out. Not yet for pre-order yet, but finally get to see her.
No, she's gorgeous. Wow.
Would any of you pick her up?
Yeah, I would.
I would, even though I don't really collect too much DC. I just would because it's a beautiful statue.
She is. I would love to pick her up, but I'm trying to stay away from the heroes.
Yeah.
And
I'm curious how big the footprint is. I imagine it's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's going to be Bane huge, but I think it'll be. I bet it'll be Killer Croc base huge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at it, I mean, just the footprint alone, thinking about her on this big stage.
Mm-hmm.
I do sometimes wonder with a piece like this if they could have offered, if this could be the deluxe edition, and if there could be a regular edition with her without the stage.
Right. They can do that. True.
Yeah, I think that is a great idea, and I wish that they would do that kind of stuff more often. I wish they would give collectors that option. Now, I would imagine on their end, like paying the factory to do two separate things, and I could see where on their end it would be very expensive.
Right.
I just want the rabbit and the hat.
You just want the
Rabbit.
I want the rabbit and the hat. That's all I want. I'll review it. I'll review it with some nice beats in the background.
Yeah, I wonder, like the people that pointed out the rabbit, like that didn't like the rabbit. It's like, hey, what did you think of this piece? I don't like that rabbit. Like, okay, why are you staring at the rabbit?
The deciding factor is the rabbit.
Yeah, the rabbit's too much. I can't. I won't pre-order that piece.
Man, I would buy that, but man, that damn rabbit.
Yeah.
Damn
face
rabbit.
is just too much for me. Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. No, it's a beautiful piece, man. It's really like it makes people that don't really collect DC pieces to like go out and get this one.
Yeah.
How much do you think is going to be the price point for that statue?
1,300.
Oh, you think? Yeah.
I mean, I think of like Wonder Woman Deluxe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the base is way more intricate than Wonder Woman was. I know Wonder Woman had the extra torso, but I could see 1,300. Do you think it'll be higher, guys?
Yeah. I guess when you add that base to it, I guess 1,300 is like, I guess what their normal price would be around, or what it seems to be standard. I would,
yeah.
You know, it just depends, you know.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that it being
You bet.
1,600. What are we reading? Okay. All right.
Trying to get my $5 worth in there.
Everybody go visit Secret Sanctuary.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right.
Great channel. Seriously.
Great channel.
You make
Thanks,
like
guys.
reviewing it like so like you do your review so effortlessly. Like
Easy
like
for you to say.
yeah, it's like yeah, exactly. It's like I watch his videos. He's just so chill. He's like, all right, here's the statue, and I'm like,
Yeah, it's so calm and
yeah.
kind of just
Thanks,
sit there.
guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a lot of talent in this panel right here, I tell you. Speaking of talent, definitely check out Matt Collections.
Yeah, Mac.
Yeah,
And I am
Another great channel.
Not only do I have to go back and watch the Aquaman from Jeff, but I also I'm literally holding my breath to see this Nightfall Batman.
I know.
So yeah, as soon as this is over, I got to go back to work. I got to get Lady Mac down here. She's gonna be mad. I got to unbox this thing. But
At least she does it. Like if I ask my wife to film me, she's gonna just break that camera.
just look at you like, no, PJ.
Yeah, no.
She's like, I do enough. But I do enough with your feet.
I put enough Purell on your feet already. So
enough. I'm not shooting videos.
yeah.
No, but yeah,
Well,
I'm excited.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, so I'm really excited. This that stat, like just the costume alone is something where I remember back in the '90s just seeing the costume on this and just really just like being I just because it reminds me of kind of like Spawn,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I like the outfit. Yeah.
We were talking before the show about how so many pieces are so muted, and that piece is just so bright, and it's like it reminds me of like your Hush Superman back there.
Yep.
It pops in. I mean, I guarantee that pops more than anything else in your collection, right?
Oh yeah, man, because it's so huge. I mean, when people come down there, the first thing they see is that. So because it's just so tall,
Yep. Yeah.
But Prime 1. Probably I remember getting my first Prime 1 piece, and back was it 4 years ago, and I'm running out of space. Done. Everything's going upstairs now. Lady Mac.
The most common problem for a lot of collectors.
Yeah. So
for sure. It's interesting you're talking about the filming process, and PJ, you mentioned it too. I don't know if people always understand like what it takes to set up the camera and film and get the lighting right, and make sure people can hear you, and then you have to edit, and that takes hours to edit, and add graphics or whatever, and then upload channel art or thumbnails, and
it's so many different things that you have to touch upon before you release your video.
Yeah, man. It's a process.
It is a process, especially once you get everything together and then you're uploading and it takes like 2 hours to upload. You're like, all right.
Yeah.
Well, and everybody wants to be timely. You don't want to put your Nightfall Batman a year out from now. Because you want people to be able to experience it while it's fresh and new. And
yeah.
But I also wanted to kind of still follow the same kind of the flow that the rest of my videos have. So I'm not going to rush it out there. So
yeah, you have a great style.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you, PJ.
Yeah, your music is really good.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Except for that I don't know what that video was with that horse head.
Oh,
I don't know what
called.
I clicked on that link and I'm like,
you said that was a dare?
I was cracking up.
No, it was a horse. It was a horse mask. I call it Beta Ray Mac, and I don't know what I was doing. I swear I wasn't drunk.
But I still don't know if I buy that.
I swear I wasn't, and I don't know what I was thinking, but
it was
something just told me to just do it, and then I just decided to upload it to YouTube.
I had tears in my eyes watching that.
I was just cracking up. That video deserves more views, man. That should be like 10,000 or.
I don't know if I wanted to get more views, man. I mean,
because I clicked on it. I was like, why does Mac have a horse head on his? And then I clicked on it, and I was like on the floor cracking up.
Yeah, man, it's ridiculous. I don't know.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we know what review you're going to be doing. Dan, do you have anything that you're going to be reviewing here soon?
I have the Tweeterhead Catwoman finally that I've been traveling for a couple of weeks, so I haven't been able to get to it, but I am back. So that will be rolling out in a few days.
Awesome.
Probably Saturday. Have that available for the channel.
Beautiful piece.
And then
it is.
And then I think that's Captain America.
Yes.
The Iron Studios one, right?
Iron Studios. Yep.
Oh, can't wait for that one.
Jeff, are you getting that one too, Jeff Morris?
Jeff, you getting? Oh man, I can't wait for that.
Mine has been preparing to ship since Friday.
Yep, mine's the same way, Jeff. I'm in the same exact boat. But
yeah.
So hopefully next week, maybe.
That's exciting. I can't wait to see that piece. It is so good.
It looks really good. I can't wait to.
Has there been any in-hand photos of him yet?
No, I thought I ain't seen.
Not in hand, only convention photos. That's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just curious how he, if he looks as good as he did before,
Yeah.
And
I was gonna say, Dan is another reviewer that just makes it look so effortlessly. Like he just comes, it's like he just turn on the camera and just like starts speaking. I'm like, usually it takes a while for me to get going. Like I started a little bit and I have to do a couple of retakes and then I get the ball rolling.
Oh, thanks, PJ. No, your videos are awesome, man. You can tell you take a lot of care and attention to detail in your videos that I envy. I mean, you really pay attention to the small stuff.
Oh, thanks,
Yeah.
man. Appreciate it.
Chris video quality, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah. And Dan, yeah, you're good too, man. You're very fluent in how you talk. I like it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thanks.
Chris is just like so happy. Like you could see like his he's smiling ear to ear every single time there is like a new statue that he gets in and he reviews. So
he's just excited.
I can't hide it.
yeah.
I can't hide it. But that's, I mean, if you're a reviewer and you don't get joy out of these new pieces coming in, then you are in the wrong hobby.
Yeah, why are you doing it?
Yeah.
And it shows, it shows if you don't really have a passion for it, and so you have to really be in it. A, to put the work in, but B, you have to love what you're doing. And, how could you not love these things that we're surrounded by? So,
and real quick, there's another Dan 14th Prime. He does YouTube reviews too. He does a really good job too. So everybody should go check it out.
Sorry, I forgot about the chat here. Dan 14th Prime. When Dan reviews, it's like I'm at a work presentation.
It is, yeah.
I love it. Effortless unite. I like it.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I also love the video. I hope you get to do more of those type of videos, Dan, where you do like instructional video when you're doing that was really cool. That was very informative too.
Yeah, I got a lot of good feedback on that. Do more of that. That's the kind of thing I've done around my house a lot, not just for my collection, but in other parts of my house. So yeah, I'd like
That's the thing is I like those almost as much as the reviews, but I wish that we could do more of those type of things. But it's hard to come up with ideas of what you could show, or I did my cabinets, how I built them. Dan's done it. I wish there was more of that in the community because people are so creative. I don't know if I was one of the first people that used garage shelving, but I know I was one of the first people that put it out there in video form, and I'm amazed by how many people use that idea now. I see it all the time of people like, oh, wait a minute, these are strong. They hold hundreds of pounds per shelf, and you can get them in any Walmart, or wherever. And so I love that kind of stuff. I wish there were more videos like that where people show their creativity of how they display, because as you guys all know, it's very difficult. You can't go to any store and display these things. And it's amazing how many different, you can look at 100 different collections and they all look incredibly different,
Yeah.
And I love that. I wish we had more of that. And maybe that's something we'll do. I have the featured collector series, and maybe we can expand on that and just kind of show people how they put their collection together. That'd be interesting.
I think people would love that because it is a big challenge. There are several of us here, and I'm sure tens of people in the chat that space is the enemy, and displaying in a way that is I don't know, attractive, compelling, whatever you want to call it. It's not easy. This stuff can just build up and look like clutter after a while. And
and that's the other aspect of collecting is that you get the piece, you put it together, you appreciate it.
Yeah.
But then trying to have different creative ways of trying to display this piece. Where do you want to display it with? Okay.
Exactly.
It flows really well with this piece. So that's why I for my collection and my collecting, want to do more of a focus collecting as opposed to, I want to get everything that I like, or I grew up with. It's hard to do that, but
it is.
Yeah. Dan, hopefully you get to do more of those instructional videos.
I've got one on tap, PJ.
Nice. He does.
I do. I've got
it's pretty outside the box too. It's
I was gonna. Is that it seems like you've? Is that a second passion of yours, like with some of the custom shelvings or custom?
No, it's work. No, I kind of developed that, over the years. Just having done projects around my house, I kind of grew up doing stuff like that. So
yeah,
I like mechanical things and some woodworking and whatnot. But the one that I have on tap is around lighting. So I've been different types of lighting, and I found these little jeweler's lights, and I've done some things customizing the lights, and so I've got ideas for a video on that.
So do you make house calls, Dan?
For the low price.
Yeah. Do you do consultations? Because I need some
consultations. Absolutely.
I thought about doing. I bought these lights for back here, and so like I have my phone here, and so like I can change things as I go. Hard part is it doesn't always look great on camera. It looks really good in person. Like that looks kind of blue to me, but it's like kind of a dark purple on here. There's a green. It's almost very difficult to see. And then they have like themes and stuff so I don't know if you can see them very well. But
are those Hue lights, Chris? The Philips Hue?
No.
No.
I'm trying to remember what these are called. Let's see, what's the brand? These are called LIFX.
Okay, cool.
Got really good reviews on Amazon.
Yeah.
So I might talk about those too.
Yeah.
And you can also animate them so they move and they flash or whatever you want to do.
Cool.
So that's something kind of cool. I think doing a lighting video is a great idea. Because again, so many options.
Yeah, and like PJ said, it's all kind of what's the aesthetic you're going for. One of the things that I noticed with, I've got a number of the 1/3 statue. One of the things I noticed was these 1/3 look really cool uplit. And so that's what I'm doing with the jeweler's lights, is trying to figure out ways that for small, I'll call them invisible lights that you can put on the shelf that uplight the statue. It really creates.
That's really cool. That's awesome.
So.
Well, let's make that video happen then. That sounds awesome. That would be really cool. Yeah. Ever since I heard the term light bleaching, I've been scared to death. Don't even know if that's a thing. Ooh, yeah.
Wait, what?
I'm assuming like fading their statue would be my guess.
Oh, okay.
Light bleaching.
Light bleaching or light bleaching.
Maybe sunlight. Sunlight, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we call it a night?
Sounds like a wrap.
Okay. That's awesome. I can't wait, or I can't thank you guys enough, everybody in the chat. Again, let me know in the comments, please, if you liked this earlier time. If you would rather me stick with the time we normally go at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Again, we started an hour early tonight. If you joined us late, expecting us to be on at 8, I do apologize. I did try to get the message out to Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. But I just wanted to try something a little different tonight and see if it worked out better for everybody. Thank you guys in the gallery tonight. I really appreciate you all. Again, visit Jeff at Secret Sanctuary on YouTube, Secret Sanctuary on YouTube, and Secret Sanctuary on YouTube. I think I got all of them.
You still owe him $5.
And Facebook too. That's right. Facebook too. So definitely check them out both places. I want to thank Dan, as always, for being here. And again, looking forward to those reviews that he's doing. We have PJ Paradox Nerd. Again, check out his channel. We also have Jeff Morris, as always, with us. Thank you very much for being. I'm glad you're back with us, Jeff. And of course, Matt Collections. Check out that Nightfall review coming up. Just amazing content from amazing people, and that's what makes this community so great. And I just love being a part of it. So thank you guys so very much for watching. We'll be back in a couple of weeks. Lots of great content in between there. So check out all the channels and have a great time. So until next time, we'll see you in the Batcave. Bye, everybody.
See you guys.
Good night.
Take care.